Right, welcome. So, first things first, I want to start off by saying a massive thank you to everyone who has left a like and subscribed to the channel. In just over a month on YouTube, we have hit 400 subscribers, which is absolutely mental to me. So, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed, well, you need to, because there's some fire content coming up. Now, in the last video, I said that we are going to be assembling the sub-assembly for the VW Fox. However, I need to explain what we're doing and why we're doing it. So, the VW Fox is receiving a 1.9 engine. Now, that is not a 1.9 TDI. No, this is a 1.9i. We are taking the standard 1.8 engine. We bored the block out, put in bigger pistons, and therefore it becomes a 1.9. And I'm going to go into further detail explaining how it becomes 1.9, what parts you need, and why are we doing 1.9 instead of 2 liter. Because I know a lot of you watching this video right now, and a lot of people I've spoken to in person said, why not just go 2 liter? And I'm going to explain why we are doing 1.9. So this is a 2 liter 8 valve engine in our 1992 VW Fox. Yes, we have two Foxes, and this is the power plant in the first one, the original, the OG Fox. This is what we have. So this car started life off exactly the same as the white one, 1.8 carb, but we took this, stripped it down, sent the block in, had it reboard. Now the car is running with 2.5 liter caravel pistons, 2 liter 16 valve crank and conrods, that paired with a 2 liter 8 valve head, running MK1 management. Now, when I say this car has enough power, like you just put your foot down and the car will start moving. It just keeps going and it just gains speed incredibly well. It just makes driving such an enjoyable experience. I have so much fun, and every time I jump out of this car, I have a massive smile on my face. Now, if you want to see the full Fox, like I'll do a complete walk around, let me know in the comment section, because this Fox actually has some things that not many other Foxes will have. There are slight differences that you may not even notice, but have been made to the car to just make it unique. So, if you go and just even Google simply 1.9 versus 2 liter, see what comes up. From what you'll find researching, you're gonna find that people say 1.9 is their choice because the car is more free revving. It has more, how do I say, high end torque than the 2 liter. The 2 liter has bottom end torque. So overall, people will say for everyday vehicle, they'll go for 2 liter, but if they're looking for a track racer, they're gonna go for a 1.9 build because it revs extremely high. So there are benefits, because people say who spends like normal driving at extremely high RPM where the 1.9 is in a benefit. So why not go for 2 liter there? But at the same time, 1.9 is there's just something special about it. Firstly, you won't find as many people running 1.9. It's gonna be a rarer occurrence that you're gonna find a person with a 1.9 than a 2 liter. But for those chances that you get to use a 1.9 to its rev limits and really just experience it, it should be something really different compared to your standard 2 liter. Now, some people also say the 1.9 is like best of both worlds because it's rev happy, as I said, and it has enough torque to get you going where you need to be. So why not just go for 1.9? You know what I'm saying? Why not just try it out? But look, I'm not gonna put my final opinion on how different it is compared to the 2 liter engine until we have the car running. Once the car is running, then by all means we can do a proper comparison, and I can tell you personally from experience how the vehicles perform. But right now, from just running off other people's experiences through research, then 1.9 is a very valid option when it comes to running an engine if you want uniqueness and you want something a bit different from a 2 liter. Right, so I want my research here, and it is about to get extremely technical. So please just try and follow along. I'm gonna try to explain to the best of my ability. So if you're looking for a 2-liter build, well, this is what you're gonna need to do. If you're starting for a 1.8 block, well, you're gonna need 2.5 or 2.6 liter caravel pistons. Now these are the same height as a 2E or 80Y piston. That paired with a 2-liter crank will then result in the motor being stroked up to a 2-liter. Okay, very plain and simple. So what we are doing now is something slightly different. We are using 2.3 microbus pistons. I have to emphasize microbus pistons. Right, now these pistons are relatively the same height as the 1.8 piston, but I'll show you that now. What we have here are 3 different types of pistons. On the left we have the original 1.8 piston. In the middle we have the 2.3 microbus piston. On the right we have the 2.5 liter caravel piston. Now if you just look at the 1.8 and the 2.3 liter, you might not notice a difference, but if you come close to it, then you can see, okay, there is a bit of an issue. The 2.3 is slightly higher. Now that top lip, you need to machine that down. I think it's 2 millimeters, if I'm not mistaken, that needs to be machined off that piston to make sure that it will have clearance in the block, that it will not protrude and bend valves. So if we look at the 2.3 compared to the 2.5 piston, you can see there's a night and day difference. The height difference is absolutely massive. Now, a common mistake that is made is when people want to attempt this conversion, they go to whatever spare shop, they ask for 2.3 pistons, but they mistakenly say 2.3 caravel pistons, and then that shop will give you 2.5 pistons. And as you can see, the height difference there will not work for the setup. So you're either gonna have to source a 2-liter crank, or you're gonna have to go back and fight and try and make a plan to get 2.3 pistons. Now the 2.5 caravel piston is 82.5 millimeter. That's the standard bore size. That's the standard size of a 2-liter piston. Now the 2.3 piston, just like the 2.5 caravel piston, is also 82.5 millimeters standard. However, we have to run an 83.5 mil, that is 40 thou or 1 mil oversized, in order to get the true 1.9 conversion. So that is why you will see on the piston it says 83.48, which is 83.5. Whereas the 2.3 liter piston is 83.5 mils, which is 1 mil difference, which might not seem like a lot, but when it comes to engines, it makes a big difference. So with minor machining to the 2.3 piston, you will result in it coming to exactly the same height as the 1.8 piston. Now with these pistons paired with the 1.8 crank, you will get your 1.9. Now let me further explain. So what you need is 1.8 block and rods. You're gonna need the 1.8 liter crank, and you can use either 83 or 83.5 mil pistons for this build. Now those pistons are gonna come out of a 2.3 microbus or an Audi 500 C4. Now if you use the 83 mil piston, you're going to be left with a cc rating of 1875. That is 1875 cc's from 83 mil pistons. Now the pistons that we have are 83.5 mil, and because of that, it's slightly bigger, and that means the cc will now be 1897 cc. That's 1897 cc. It's the closest you can get to a 1.9. So in the next video we will begin assembling the 1.9 build, and if you guys do want to see that video, well, hit that subscribe button, put post notifications on so you don't miss out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.